The Jehovah's Witnesses are instantly recognizable by their door-to-door preaching, cart witnessing, and distinctive literature. Unlike many churches with paid clergy and staff, the witnesses rely on a vast network of volunteers to keep the organization running. But is this voluntary service truly free of cost, or is there a more nuanced reality at play? And see if you can spot the Freudian slip of the widow of a deceased governing body member later in this video. The core principle guiding Jehovah's Witnesses is evangelism. Witnessing, as it is called, involves spreading the message of the organization through door-to-door preaching, street witnessing, and informal conversations. Devoting a significant portion of their time to this pursuit is considered a core responsibility of every witness. Weekly meetings, regional conventions, and special talks all require attendance. While some might view this as a testament to faith, former members often paint a different picture. William J. Schnell's book, 30 Years a Watchtower Slave, exposes his experience within the organization, highlighting the immense pressure to prioritize religious activities over personal pursuits. The organization presents itself as a champion of selflessness. However, beneath the surface lies a system with hidden expenses. Transportation to meetings, conventions, and witnessing assignments often falls on the shoulders of individual witnesses. This can be a significant financial burden, especially for those with limited means. Furthermore, the time commitment demanded by the organization can have a ripple effect on one's personal life. Witnessing, attending meetings, and studying Watchtower publications take away from time that could be spent pursuing education, careers, or simply leisure activities. This raises the question, is this truly free service, or is there a sacrifice of personal and professional opportunities at play? Many who dedicate themselves to the organization do so with genuine hope. The promise of everlasting life on a paradise earth is a powerful motivator. However, critics argue that this hope is used as a tool to control members. The governing body strictly dictates every aspect of a member's life, from acceptable dress and entertainment to approved associations and career choices. This control extends to information access. Information critical of the organization is discouraged, making it difficult for members to form an independent perspective. Many people devote decades to the Jehovah's Witness organization, faithfully adhering to the organization's teachings and sacrificing personal time and resources. However, as they age, a harsh reality can set in. There's no pension or retirement plan offered by the organization. The hope of paradise becomes their only true security, a promise that remains unfulfilled in their lifetime. Unlike traditional clergy, Jehovah's Witnesses receive no monetary compensation for their efforts. Apart from special pioneers and Bethel members who receive a measly allowance, they are expected to fund their own activities, from attending meetings and conventions to financing their travel for field service engagements. This financial burden often falls heavily on the shoulders of individual members, many of whom struggle to make ends meet in the face of mounting expenses. And many members spend 30, 40, and 50 years in full-time service with nothing to show at the end of it. However, spot the Freudian slip in this interview with the widow of a deceased governing body member.
Well, today we have the very great privilege to get acquainted with 5 faithful Christian women who share something unique. Each one was married to a member of the governing body who has now gone on to his heavenly reward.
There are 9 such dear, faithful sisters with us at Bethel. Sisters Lucille Henschel, Audrey Hyde, Margaret Klein, and Charlotte Schroeder could not be with us today for this interview, but we treasure their faithful example as well.
Now, these sisters had a very demanding schedule while supporting their husbands in their work. But what were some of the blessings that they enjoyed? Let's find out.
Well, next on our program is Dear Sister Melba Berry. Sister Berry, we'd like to know a little bit about how you got into the truth and how you started full-time service, please.
Well, I'm an Australian lassie, born and raised in Australia. Way down there in 1935, my mother accepted the truth, and the brother was going from door to door when he met her. And so, being the eldest of 3 girls, I happened to be the only one that showed any interest and accepted the truth. And I was baptized in 1939. But in the small local congregation where I served, I was appointed as the company servant, since no qualified brothers were available. Brothers were assigned from Bethel to give talks in the congregation. And so one brother came to the congregation for such an assignment, and when he returned to Bethel, he told his buddy, Lloyd Barry, to come out to the congregation and give a talk and to look me over. Eventually he came. Meanwhile, I applied to be a pioneer but was accepted to Bethel in Sydney in September 1939. So began my 72 years of full-time service.
Beautiful. Well, then in 1942, you married that brother who came to check you out. What were some of his outstanding qualities, Sister Berry?
Well, he truly loved Jehovah and the brothers. He was serious, yet a kind and courageous spiritual man. In fact, I thought a spiritual giant, since I was such an immature person at that time. And I thought I needed someone to help me get through Armageddon. It was so close at that time.
When Armageddon was so close at the time, a definite slip of the tongue there. The laughter from the audience alludes to the view that subconsciously they are aware of the ever-moving goalpost of Armageddon. Any day now. There is no doubt that these widows are well taken care of at Bethel. All their needs are met simply because they were the wives of governing body members. A stark contrast to the normal rank and file in the congregations. Kingdom halls are a familiar sight in many communities. On the surface, the process of building these structures appears communal and altruistic. Congregants come together, pooling their resources to construct a space for worship and community gatherings. However, beneath this facade lies a system that relies heavily on the free labor of rank-and-file members, often at significant personal expense, while the organization itself reaps the benefits. Local congregations are tasked with raising funds and providing the manpower for the building projects. Congregants, regardless of their professional backgrounds, are expected to contribute their labor, often sacrificing their personal time and vacations and even financial resources to participate. The construction process hinges on a network of Jehovah's Witnesses who donate their skills and effort. Skilled tradespeople like electricians and carpenters are particularly valuable, but anyone can participate in tasks like cleaning or assisting with unskilled labor. The local congregations provide a significant portion of the workforce, but special programs also exist. The regional building committees coordinate teams who travel to different locations, lending their expertise to congregations in need. But unlike traditional construction projects where workers are compensated for their time and expertise, Jehovah's Witnesses donate their labor with no expectation of remuneration. This raises questions about the ethics of utilizing unpaid labor, especially when the organization itself is tax-exempt and operates as a lucrative publishing and real estate entity. Moreover, the burden often falls disproportionately on those least able to bear it. Many Jehovah's Witnesses are working-class individuals with limited financial means. By requiring them to contribute their labor for free, the organization effectively exploits their economic vulnerability. And while congregants are expected to donate both money and time for the construction, the organization itself retains ownership of the finished property. This arrangement allows the Jehovah's Witnesses to expand their real estate holdings without incurring the usual cost associated with construction projects. By conditioning membership on active participation in building projects and other activities, The organization exerts control over its members while reaping the benefits of their labor.
The willing spirit of Jehovah's people has always made feelings of appreciation well up in our Heavenly Father's heart. For example, consider the attitude displayed by the nation of Israel in supporting the construction of the tabernacle in 1512 BCE. As impressive as that structure was, the Watchtower of December 15th, 2014 stated, "What brought Jehovah the most pleasure was not the material offerings, but the willing spirit of those who thus supported pure worship." Today, it is impressive to see what Jehovah's organization is accomplishing in all the earth. And those who volunteer to do the work at Bethel and in construction assignments continue to make Jehovah's heart rejoice. The Personnel Committee has prepared the following report to highlight some of the precious people who work behind the scenes, our hardworking brothers and sisters in construction. What is their work, lifestyle, and daily routine? How can getting involved in this work as a young person lead to rewarding opportunities in the future? And how can all of us support these self-sacrificing servants of Jehovah?
There's something special about construction. Sometimes you travel to the middle of nowhere and we've met construction groups and there's just a vibe, there's just a we're family, and you're going to have a good time.
So we kind of grew up around construction, which was a huge privilege. Our parents were both involved in construction on one particular assembly hall.
Yeah, we just heard from a few different characters and they just seemed to be having so much fun. And the thought of having fun and to be in full-time service for Jehovah was very, very appealing.
What I like the most about my assignment is knowing that I can be a useful tool in Jehovah's hands, and that wherever he sees a need, I can help. My mom's example later helped me to decide to enter full-time service. And when it came to doing more for Jehovah, she taught us to make Jehovah's service our way of life.
We really do have a lot of fun on the team. It's a real mix of characters, ages, experience, and that's really important because we're doing a serious work at times, but Jehovah's a happy God and he wants us to enjoy our assignments. I remember one particular convention where I heard a talk about goals. It kind of made me just take a pause and think about what my goals were. What do I really want to do in my service to Jehovah? Have I yet done anything that's really shown him that I'm putting my life squarely in his hands? And I think that was that moment in that talk that I thought it is time for an adventure with Jehovah.
The routine of a construction servant starts at Bethel with morning worship.
We love morning worship. It's almost like a mini convention. You just get that little something to keep you going through the day.
And then we've got a full day from 8 till 5. I enjoy lunch here on site with the rest of the construction family and some of the Bethel family. What's really important for all of us on the project is to maintain our own spirituality. We have an environment where you can do good, quiet study.
In our assignments, it's definitely been when we focused on the ministry at the weekends, what happens in the week was always better.
Something else I enjoy about being here in my routine is spending time with my friends. We don't just work, but Jehovah lets us have fun.
The driving force behind this volunteer system is faith. Jehovah's Witnesses believe they are contributing to a sacred endeavor, a new kingdom halls as centers for worshiping God and spreading their faith. The organization emphasizes the importance of self-sacrifice and generosity, encouraging members to give freely of their time and resources. However, this dedication comes at a cost. Volunteers often use their personal vacation, of course, days or weekends to participate in these construction projects, which can lead to financial strain and fatigue. The organization maintains that volunteerism is a choice made freely by members. However, there may be implicit pressures within the close-knit community to participate. In the memoirs of William J. Schnell in 30 Years of Watchtower Slave, he recounts the narrative that beneath the facade of devotion lies a narrative of sacrifice and servitude. Moreover, the demands of Jehovah's Witness life extend beyond the tangible realm of finance. Schnell's narrative paints a portrait of individuals consumed by the relentless pursuit of spiritual fulfillment, sacrificing personal aspirations and relationships in the process. For some, this sacrifice manifests in the form of missed career opportunities or strained family ties as the dictates of fate take precedence over worldly pursuits. And the Watchtower sales force is groomed from a very young age.
Sophia, are you ready to go out in service? What's in your bag? Looks like you're missing something. What do you need for service? Very good! You need your Bible for service. Do you need anything else? Kids, can you help Sophia? Which one does she need for service?
Magazines!
That's right, kids. Sophia, one more thing. How will you remember the people we meet? Very good. Do you have a pencil? Excellent, Sophia. I think you're all set. Kids, what do you think? Is she ready?
Yes!
Okay, let's go practice what you're gonna say.
Yet perhaps the most poignant aspect of Schnell's narrative in his book is the notion of spiritual servitude. The idea that Jehovah's Witnesses are, in essence, slaves to the organization, bound by a sense of duty and loyalty. Many devote decades of their lives to the cause, only to find themselves aging and disillusioned with little to show for their unwavering dedication. For some, the disillusionment becomes too great. The realization that they've invested years, potentially their entire lives, into an organization that demands unwavering devotion without material support can be a crushing blow. Leading the organization often comes at a steep price. Social ostracization from former friends and family within the organization is a very real consequence. And many who leave at an advanced age voice their disillusionment in forums, in letters and videos. The agony of grappling with doctrinal shifts from the perplexing generation change to the haunting revelations of institutional failings regarding child sexual abuse casts a long shadow of betrayal and shattered trust. As the years dwindle, regrets sway in, echoing the sacrifice of youth and opportunity in front of an imminent Armageddon that never arrives. The stark realization of financial destitution in their twilight years paints a bleak picture of abandonment and neglect. Look, the concept of volunteerism is a noble one, with individuals freely giving their time and skills for the betterment of a cause they believe in. However, the Jehovah's Witness system raises questions about the line between genuine volunteerism and exploitation.